Hello everyone, this is Bobbin Threadbare, and welcome to the Dark Mod. You didn't think I'd be subjecting myself to just the bad new thief now, did you? Oh no. The Dark Mod is a total conversion mod of Doom 3, and it's actually completely standalone as of last year. If you go to thedarkmod.com, you can download this for free. But I should start the mission now.
A few weeks ago, I started hearing people talk about a church called St. Roderick's. It's a small church east of Mill Street, built back when that part of town was considered well off. Now the area is one of the city's many slums, and the church ministers to the poor who live there. Ditchers, water carriers, and beggars alike. Not the kind of place I'd normally pay a visit to. But according to what I overheard at the local tavern, some kind of holy relic, a shard of the master builder's true hammer, or some such thing, found its way to the church. There's nothing like a shard of the true hammer to part a righteous fool from his money. Every market has at least one for sale. But this story is a little more interesting. Apparently, when this relic was put next to the church's statue of St. Lucia, the statue started weeping blood. Word spread, and the faithful have been flocking to the church to see it. Apparently, the Archbishop himself plans to visit St. Roderick's, to witness the statue weeping and decide whether it is an authentic miracle. The local priest isn't waiting, however, and is already proclaiming to one and all that the statue is a sign from God. No surprise, the little church is suddenly making more in tithes and donations than it knows what to do with. Not everyone is happy about this miracle, though. A messenger representing an opposing interest has offered me a fair sum of money to steal this relic. That and vandalize the weeping statue before the Archbishop's visit. My bet is some rival priest is jealous at all the newfound wealth St. Roderick's is earning. I'm supposed to make it look like a common burglary, which means I can help myself to the tithe box and any other loot I can find lying around. This would be an easy job, except that some cathedral guards are already patrolling the church in preparation. The front gate is likely to be guarded, so I may have to look for a less obvious route into the church. Smashing the statue without drawing any attention is going to be a challenge in itself. I don't get the other half of the money until the job is done, however, so I'll have to come up with something.
Now, doesn't this look familiar? Easy, hard, and expert. Oh yes, that looks familiar too. Don't kill anyone. It's been a while since I saw that objective. Now let's look at our starting gear. Blackjack, short sword, broadhead. The hooded lantern is new. By pressing L, I can cause myself to light up. Now, in most cases that's a bad idea, but there are occasions when you're all alone in a dark area, and it can help to have a little more light in the situation. I won't need a spyglass or a breath potion, but the flash bomb might come in handy. Moss arrows are not so useful, not much tile on this map, so I'll spend my money on water and noisemakers instead. Why not some more broadheads? This map does not actually connect to any sort of campaign, so there's no reason to hang on to money. And, one unfortunate thing about the Dark Mod is that something else it brought back with the old aesthetic are the old loading times. I mean, they weren't so bad when I played Thief, but that's because my computer was generations beyond the originals that had run the first Thief games. Whereas this one has sort of compensated to match the original loading times that you would have gotten back then. But as such, they are far more detailed versions of those original maps, by which I mean they are, once again, gigantic. It's not about just being in the building and then having a loading screen to get to the other part of the building. It's about having a full neighborhood outside the building which you can explore and find other ways into the building than the front door. And still, all of that is in one single map. So welcome, friends. It's been a long time, but welcome back to the original Thief experience. It's still rough around the edges, of course, being as it is a fan-built mod. But, well, hell, the original games were rough around the edges too, weren't they? I mean, if you knew where to jump, you could find the edge of the map, find where the buildings stop existing, and you can just stare off into the nothingness. And this is even longer than I thought it was. I thought I'd have enough to say through the... Okay, here we go. Alright, so... welcome to the Dark Mod, everyone. Now, one problem with this being based off of Doom 3 is that too many light sources tend to kill the frame rate. But on the other hand, we've got a physics engine now. And that means that if I can hit that pot just right, it'll fall off. And I can pick it up, and by holding the middle mouse button, I can rotate the object. See, there's a key inside, so I can just set it down safely and pick up the key. Now, unfortunately, much like in the old Thieves, most of these doors are just sort of painted on. But there are a few that you can enter, like this one. Not too much to do in this particular area here, sad to say. But there is a fellow... Yes, as you can hear, there is a fellow just in this room here. I believe he's armed, so we should deal with him quietly. And another thing they took from the old Thief games, you can lean forward again. And once again, it is an excellent way to take people out with a blackjack, quickly and quietly. Of course, there is another thing that you should consider, though, which is that there is location-based damage now. Something that was not there in the original titles. So if you actually want to knock someone out with a blackjack, you do need to aim for the head. And there's my reward for coming in here. That and the note, which is a hint towards another note, which itself hints that you should knock down that pot, which I've already knocked down. Because, you know, you might not notice it, or you might not realize that you can, in fact, knock it down. And you know what else I like about this game, over the other Thief? You can climb onto anything you damn well please. Also, in this game, the main character feels no desire to pick up any hand mirrors or brushes. Now what's this? Oh, I see. Apparently whoever owns this particular little hovel managed to steal a few water arrows from a supply cart. And that he secreted them away somewhere. Somewhere it does not exactly describe. And for the record, it's actually very hard to find unless you are very much in the exploration mood and or you know exactly where to go. Fortunately for you, I know exactly where to go. And it starts with this sign. Technically it starts with that shovel, and then onto the sign, and then the lamppost, and this looks kind of difficult here. There you go. Already out the edge of the world here. Good enough. If I can just get around there. Looks like it would be easier just to go across this rope here. And then jump from this side. Now here's another tricky part. Getting up into this sort of corner between buildings. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. Now you can see we've actively started to reach the edge of the textures even. That's okay. You can still climb up here. And from here you can jump across. And onto this spiked fence, oddly enough. Then there's this basket. Man, what a view though, huh? Crazy. Alright. Probably gonna take some damage from this fall. But hey, free water arrows. And in case you're wondering, the health bar is located just underneath the light gem there. It's a bit hard to see, but I've definitely taken some damage. Looks like these posters are all about the new miracle over in the cathedral. I think someone was over there. Anyway, that doesn't matter to me, because I'm busy looking into this building here. Well, sure enough, there's a guy in here. Sorry about that, buddy. There we go. Didn't want him getting in the way, and that's a good thing I put out that fire first. This leg's gonna be awfully warm, one way or the other. Ah, so that's why I couldn't open the door. It's been barred. Well, the physics engine does not like me trying to unbar it. Wow, there it goes. And that's me turning on the lantern. Doesn't look like there's anything here I could steal. Although, come to think of it, those little bowls, like the one on that crate, some of them are valuable. But I didn't realize that at the time, I think. Well, whatever. It's not like I didn't hit the loot count. I wouldn't have shown this to you if I had failed it after all. I've got another building in here. Door doesn't work, but it appears we can move the bars up here. There we go. That clears the way. I love being able to climb up onto things that are clearly above my head. It's not for much loot, but every little bit counts, doesn't it? And over here we've got a pile of wooden boards and crates on top of a trapdoor with a padlock. Yeah, I've got just the thing for this. What the? Don't want you to relock. There we go. Well, there's a little more exploring to be done upstairs here. But we will be going down into that tunnel eventually. Is this a note I see? It is. And this is talking about that trap door. And the fact that that key I found is in fact the one that opens that trapdoor. I've kind of done that out of order, but it's still nice to have the notes and the hints. This guy is a right bugger, by the way. Really want to knock him out, though. I just gotta be real careful about it.
A sound?
Okay, it worked. It doesn't always work. The problem is that there's another guard a little further down the road here. If he hears this guard getting knocked out, well then that's just trouble.
'Tis not for me to question Brother Reynold, but it doth seem that there is naught but rats and beggars to guard against.
Yeah, that guy. His back is to the wall, so he is equally dangerous coming to and from the cathedral. But before I go down to that trapdoor, I wanted to show you something else that I've discovered. It's another path onto the rooftops. Go to the awning, up onto this rope, and this rope onto the rooftop. It's this nice wide area that you can really look around and down off the edge of the world. It's just neat, that's all. There's nothing to do up here, no water arrows to collect or anything. And it's kind of difficult to get down from here too, but I can use that lantern to break my fall. And with that accomplished, I believe I've got everything else that I could off of the streets. So it's time to head back down into the trapdoor. On we go into the darkness. Luckily, I've got just the thing for that. I kind of wish there was something down here in the water, but it appears to just be apple cores and huge water sprays. There's a hole down there. You can tell by the green glow. But I wanted to explore in this direction first because it is the less useful direction. I mean, it's potentially useful, I suppose. That's nothing. I don't know, could be a pile of crap, but if that's the case, I definitely don't want to touch it. Here we are. This pipe appears to be another way in as much as it's another way out, because at this end there is really nothing to do. Nothing to pick up. Just the ladder, going back downstairs, and I just saved you about 30 seconds of backtracking. Nothing in the air pocket. In fact, there didn't need to be an air pocket, because the exit is right here. And from here, we can use these exposed ribs, I suppose they are. Yeah. Thing about the sounds down here, they are spooky, but something to note is that according to the notes, all of the especially large and dangerous rats have already been hunted to extinction. So there's really nothing to worry about in that respect. That's a nice ring. Broadhead arrows I could take or leave. Nope. Dang. How about this path? Dang. Guess there really is just one way to go. And that would be forward. Ah, crap. It looks like we could get across here, actually. We've passed through vines like these before. It's not actually a blockade. That's not a good sign. That's also not a good sign. Bloody hell. Thing got in my way. Oh. It's a spider. I think I killed it in one. Wow. Good. Appears to be nothing out here exactly to find. But possibly there's something in the spider's lair, aside from backbones. $50 gold. You come all this way, you kill a giant spider, and all you get is 50 gold. Oh well. It's not the money that matters after all. It's the exploration. Now, back out of that creepy neck of the woods. And back down into yet another layer of the sewers. You know what? This video is almost half done and we haven't even been in the cathedral yet. And only part of that is due to the extremely long loading times. Nothing? Nothing back here at all? No? Nuts. Nothing over here? Okay, so one of the brothers went into town and got drunk, and so he got stuck cleaning the latrines. Which is good news for me, assuming, of course, that he left the ladder behind. That's back the way we came. Now, what have we here? Latrines. And a ladder up. Excellent. Is there someone up there?
What is that?
Please don't piss on me. Thank you.
What is that?
Face on blackjackings. I miss being able to do that. I wonder where all of the other latrines are, though. Kind of weird that it's just the one in this bathroom. Well, anyway, I happen to know for a fact that there is a guard who wanders into this hallway. So you'll have to excuse me, but I'm going to have to take my time and wait for him to show up. That might be him now. Oh, good. This won't take long at all.
These drafts keep snuffing out the light.
There we go. That's one hammerhead taken care of. Too bad he doesn't fit inside the bathtub. Can't be picked, but this is the priest's room. That's a fairly important room, too. You do need to get that key one way or another. Let's see. We're talking about converting a pagan festival into a Hammerite festival. And this is the man's journal. I believe he mentions that he is hiding the artifact in his room. Not sure what good the spare key is. Maybe if you sneak in behind him or something. Anyway, you'll want to get that flower pot out of the way because there's a hidden switch down there. Unfortunately, the priest's room key does not work on this chest, but that's what lockpicks are for. Now, the way lockpicking works in this game is that you hear those clickings, and eventually there is a pause, and you need to let go of the mouse key when you hear that pause, and then that's when the latch will slide home. It's kind of interesting. I mean, it's no more realistic than any other portrayal of lockpicking in a game, but it's a different take on the art. This one's locked too. Looks like I can pick it, but it is the guard's bedroom. I'm guessing this is the head guard, in fact, because he's got some nice stuff in here. Once again, the room key does not work on the chest. I only need to pick it once. And there you go. I believe he here is saying again that the artifact is located in the Reverend's room. And that's just fluff. Nothing else in here. I believe there are a few other guards in this area. You know, speaking of which, I did buy the map, didn't I? Yeah, we started in the privy, which means we're in the top left of the church. Just saw the priest's room. Looks like there's this sort of circular area around the meeting room in the center, and according to the map, these stairs lead down into the crypt. That's actually a pretty nice place to go next. Because one nice thing about this is that this is a functioning Hammerite church. And that means no undead. No need to worry about any sort of undead. So instead we'll just bop this guard here. And take everything that they've offered to their dead. Also, there's a skull in the fireplace. I guess it's supposed to be for... I don't know, for... Oh, that's a ladder. I guess it's meant for burning corpses, but that does not seem like a furnace that would be capable of doing something like that. You really need something hot to burn all of the fat and all of the gristle in the body. What's this? Looks like you can't actually get up from there. There's a grate in the way. And this is an electronic lift. And these are valuable. Ooh. Looks like they put loot inside of the coffins too. Lucky me. What do you got? Oh, that's a skull. But there was a necklace underneath the skull. How tricky. Man, this crypt is loaded. I'm definitely glad I came down here. Just gotta make sure I check all the nooks and crannies. Don't want to miss anything. I guess that's it. Oh! Yes. Expert loot found. From here on out, it's all gravy. Someone moving around over there. But are they coming this way or not? What the hell? That totally hit the lamp. There we go. No one down here now. Guess I'll loot the kitchen. Oh, recipe. Oh. So he's on that side now. And he's not coming this way, so he must be going down to the crypt. Maybe if I can catch him on the staircase here. Gotta be careful, though. Gotta be really careful now. Ooh. Honestly, I'm a little amazed that that worked. By the way, if you're wondering what I just did, the thing is that when you pick up a body and move it around a little bit, it falls down on the other side, so you can pick up whatever might be on the guy's belt. Assuming he fell face up in the first place, you see. Oh. Looks like one of the bowls in here was valuable. And a water arrow. That'll make up for the one I wasted. According to the map, this is the scriptorum here. That's right, just have a seat, have a sleep. No one's gonna judge you because everybody's going to be in the same state come morning. Wish I could take more of these books here. confessional records. They're pretty brutal. Nothing in here but ink and scrolls, looks like. Too bad. This main character also does not pick up inkwells. This is where the east end of the circuit is. And this takes me... yeah. This takes me back to where I began. And this is the meeting room in the center. Nice place. One of the rafters is broken. But what's that glint I see in that man's eyes? Oh my. There's something about the candlesticks too. But here we go. 100 in jewels. Oh, you sneaky bastards. Let's see. Any of the tableware worth taking? Doesn't look like it. None of these other candlesticks appear to be all that special. Shame, really. Plate isn't anything either. History of the Inquisition. And I can't pick up that book. Oh well. Looks like we're done for this side of the map, at least on this floor. So now I'm going to go back over to that elevator. And I kind of took the long way around here. Whoops. But here we go. 3rd floor. Pile of filth here. For some reason there's a health potion in there. Or actually that's a rotten apple core. But for some reason there's an expensive bottle of wine. Now that leads outside. I just happen to know that. So I'm not going to go down there just yet. Because there's another way to go. And that's up through here. This appears to be a sort of ventilation system. That'll be trouble. But where else can I go from here? Nowhere special, looks like. Alright then. Let's see about climbing across the rafters here. Luckily, with the mantling system, you can afford to be a little off. 2 ways to go from here. Oh. This way leads into the kitchen. Chimney. That's how you get fresh air into all of these claustrophobic rooms, I guess. Whoops. Well, that leads to the privy. Well, it's good that they've got a way for the air to escape from that room. You kinda need one. So now let's explore that other way. This way. And if that grate weren't there, I'd be able to jump down into the crypt. I think you can move the grate, but I don't especially need to. And by the way, just so you know, if I hadn't knocked out the one guard with the lantern earlier, he would be in this area, patrolling the outside of the church. I've checked, and I don't believe there's actually anything hidden among the fronds and the ferns here. More's the shame. And, you know, this being a Hammerite cemetery here, you'd expect that there would be something to find here. But no. I check, and there just does not appear to be anything left for the dead out here. Oh, well. So that's the guy who's the biggest pain in my ass. Let's try and lure him away from his post.
What was that? What mischief is this?
How is that noisemaker supposed to work exactly?
An acolyte we should not be, perchance.
And that takes care of that. The way back is free and clear. I can even reuse the noisemaker. Now, of course, the front door is locked, and even the lockpicks won't work on that. Pretty sure they won't work on that, but you can jump up here onto this gallery, and the lockpicks do work here. There we go. That is the statue we are here to destroy. And that guard is going to be a problem. In fact, every guard on this entire map is going to be a problem if we destroy that statue before knocking them out. I think he noticed that the gallery door is open. That may also be a problem. Come on, the wind blew it open.
'Tis a worrying sign.
Oh, whatever. Come on, come on. I can drop down on this carpet and not make a sound. Now his keys are mine. Oh. Some sort of pot that's worth a lot of money. And of course, where you find one, you can find the other. There's nothing up there at the top. I'm not sure you can even climb that particular ladder. Nice lighting they've got for her. Oh, crap. Ah, crap. It's not what I meant to do. Where did that thing go? Ah, good. Was afraid I'd lost it. Doesn't look like anything else around here is worth the time to pick up. Yeah, really nice lighting they got. Looks like they made it special. None of the keys work. Oh well. As long as the lockpicks work, there's no trouble at all. Now, something worth noting is that, as you've noticed already, guards in this game can totally notice when both loot and doors have moved from their proper positions. In fact, I believe as of the latest patch, they can also check and realize that their pockets have been picked. So it's really a pretty good idea to knock them out immediately after picking their pockets. And so long as I shut the doors behind me, they won't realize that anything is amiss. Much like any other stealth game, they don't seem to realize that when other guards have stopped patrolling, that might be a bad sign. So which way are you going to go, I wonder? The guards' patrol paths tend to change up just a bit from one repetition to another.
I hear nothing now.
More's the pity. Ah, this explains why there was wine in the midden pile. Apparently someone had stashed it there. And that's just one of the flyers. You can actually read the flyers, by the way, if you take a close enough look. You just can't pick them up. Anything in there? No, I think that's just a texture. The Book of Lessons. It's about the Prophet Amos. It's one hell of a prophet name, I'll tell you that. So if we take this door back here, this leads us back into that circle area. And this whole place is what I avoided by taking the outside route instead. Oh, right. Got all these offering plates still yet to loot. Fair enough. I mean, for them. Yeah, just having two candles next to each other can kind of do a number on the frame rate. But let me show you where the gallery ends up. You can see there's this sort of musician's nook up here, with a cello and a lute. And this is locked. Go figure. Ah, crap. Opened in my face. Hate it when that happens. But it's time that we do what we came here to do. I mean, we stole the artifact way back when, but there's one more thing to do, and that's destroy this statue and make sure it looks like an accident. We can do that by pushing this giant-ass hammer up here. And you heard that? That is the reason why every Hammerite in this entire church will go on alert immediately once you do that, because it makes an incredible racket. I mean, go figure, you know? Someone just desecrated the statue, knocked off its freaking head. So of course they're going to be a little irate. But yeah, objectives keeps track of what you've done, what you haven't. I got the money, I got the relic, I knocked a statue's head off. So it's time to get my ass out of here. Luckily, since I took care of the patrolling guards and the standing guard, it's just a straight shot out. No worries. Oh, by the way, you can climb up there if you get one of the crates from inside, but there's really nothing to pick up. It's just another interesting spot where you can practice your jumping skills. Nice. What have we got? Oh, that's a sizable amount of loot. Respectable. Respectable. And my alert level, my stealth score is 12. Not sure how I got an alert level 5, though. Maybe it's the spider? I don't know.